Hello everyone. Hello. Ooh, that's... How's that frame rate looking? Ooh, it's not looking good, but... I tried a few more things, but there's nothing that will make it work as well as it should be doing. I will choose a better game next time for sure. But anyway, hello. Hi. I'm Jackson Tyler. This is the Alan Wake Let's Play. We're into episode 4 now. We escaped from the hospital that... Emil made Tom do it. Okay. Anyway, we escaped from the hospital. We are going to find Barry. And we're on our way to find out the truth of the mystery of Spring Falls. While shooting a bunch of guys and pointing light at them. I don't know why I'm really hesitant to use my batteries already. That's probably a bad thing. I should probably be better about that. Oh, there it is. There's what I need. Flare gun and flare gun ammo. Right, we're starting to get a bit more stacked now. What I actually want is flash grenades. Boy, do I not like how at the end of every episode you get reset in terms of how much you have. I think the episodic format of this game is strange. I don't know if they intended for the game to be episodic at the start, or if it was literally just for a thematic, like, pastiche of a Twin Peaksy type thing. Just give it that weird television feel with the mini cliffhangers and stuff. I like it. I actually think they're cool. It breaks up the flow. Everyone knows the best game to do things like that is not Alan Wake, it's Azura's Wrath, another AW. Let's read this.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Well, this is all starting to come a little bit together, I guess. Like, not that much, like, it's still a mystery. There's Barry.
Al! You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
What's gonna happen now?
I'll find it, don't worry about it!
Oh, have I got to protect Barry? Let's have a wave-based survival combat. My favourite of all kinds of combat in video games.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Dodged you.
I'll be here! Just hang on, Al!
Right, I guess they're following me wherever I am, so I should probably just run around a bit.
Hey, found a corner!
Oh, did you, Barry? Well, wasn't that some amazing work by me? I thought it was pretty good. Nope. Skip button. Nope. Actually, how are we doing with these? It seems to be about halfway through the chapter at this rate. Maybe. Don't think we'll be done with this episode because this one, the last episode was way less narrative intensive. Or was way more narrative intensive, way less combat.
Hurry up, Barry!
So I assume the second half
I'm on it!
will have a lot more. I mean, as this, you know, nice bit of arena-based combat. Oh, this is ridiculous. Come on. What are you doing? Is it more effective on the leg? I thought it was on the other guy. Maybe that was just me reading into it too much. Come on. Found the key. Barry. Barry's being attacked. Shit. Come on. There we go.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Barry's pretty good. Barry is pretty good. Well.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
Oh no, rock's full. Everyone dies. Oh no, this is where Barry gets attacked by the person in the manuscript. There's a manuscript. Barry got attacked. After they fell.
God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Okay, well.
I had lost my gun in the crash.
Oh,
Barry was
good.
nowhere to be seen.
Did you lose your gun in
Barry!
the crash? Thank you.
Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
I'm glad of that.
Get that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh, yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great.
Oh, that's
Never
good.
messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You'll have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Okay, I guess that was the bit. It was meant to. You were meant to
Barry,
expect him
just
to
wait
die.
for me, okay?
And alright.
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now
I mean,
you're Rambo.
I
This
know.
would turn into
oh,
a
okay.
disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
I know enough about storytelling to know that Barry doesn't survive this game. There's no way. If Barry survived this game, then what is even going on? That's not how it should work. Anyway. I wonder if I'll find a gun and a flashlight. It's weird that they keep the same gun and the same flashlight kind of dropped around everywhere. Can't reach me, I'm in the glow of the thing. Oh, it's a manuscript page, okay. That's good. I can deal with that. Let's It's not too far.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
That's terrifying. I don't ever want to die. Just gonna burn out there. I will one day, and I'll go out screaming about how unfair it is. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm never gonna make peace with that being okay. Anyway, thought I'd mention that during this Let's Play of a video game. My thoughts on my own regular existential crisis. If I do die, then abnormalweapon.com won't exist anymore. And that'll be a shame. Then you won't even get to watch Matt's videos. Oh, there'll be a different YouTube channel, probably. I don't know. Oh, why am I talking about death? I do think games are way, way, way too flippant with their approach to death. Like, it's a terrifying thing. It is.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Maybe the basest fear of all of humanity is death. Fear of dying, a fear of no longer being alive. But, you know, characters die, they come, or if player character dies, then they'll come back. You know, there's...
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
It very rarely has the weight that it should. Obviously, one game that does have that weight is The Walking Dead Season 1, which is a game all about finality and life and the limited time we have and what we can do with it. That's a beautiful game. I still love it, and will continue to love it for the foreseeable future. I think it's a masterpiece in terms of how it deals. At least do that stuff. There's... Oh, anyway, I haven't played Season 2 yet, but let's read this manuscript thing and carry on. Is that the one I haven't seen? Yeah.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
I mean, Nightingale's a shit, but he's not like a murderous shit. I'm pro Nightingale.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Trust no... Well, I wasn't trusting anyone anyway, so... Let's be on our way, I guess. Who left that flashlight lying there?
Only the free fatty acids are good for your heart.
Well... Go. Come on, I can make it. Yeah. Not a problem, not a problem. Ooh.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
It's not Barry. I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm just spitballing here, but I can be fairly sure that ain't Barry. Oh, thank God. Finally. Something that is needed in life. I wondered if we'd ever see a improvement.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
It's clearly not Barry. Oh, that's way better. Good. Ooh. What was that?
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Wait a whoa.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Huh. Well, that's strange. Because he was a dream thing. I assumed that wasn't going to...
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Right. How are we going to break this cycle of narrative, you know, whatever it's called, of agency against narrative and fate? I feel like it's going to be like the end of the Stanley Parable, this game, because the Stanley Parable, quote-unquote, ends with your character escaping this very, you know, confined system, confined life in which he has zero agency, is told what to do by everyone else, and escapes that. He decides to escape that, but the way he escapes that is on a linear video game and is told what to do by the narrator. And that's the only way this game can end. Like, you're not going to subvert the systems of agency that the designers have given you, because you can't. That's the whole point, is they've created a possibility space. So I wonder how they're gonna, if they're gonna even attempt to thematically engage with that. I wonder.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
That's what they do. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Oh, double thank you, yes. Oh, it's too bright. I can't read the Taken are filled with oh, I knew that. Well, I can't waste bullets on those things. Hey, piss off. Oh, I forgot I only have a gun. Yeah, okay, I did it. I'm glad that getting to a checkpoint,
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
getting to a checkpoint gives you a break. Ends the encounter. I like that. When I play Halo all the time. Oh,
Anybody here?
Barry.
Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Ah! Please! Ah! What are you? Ah! No! Don't! I'm sorry! Ah! Ah!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again
Oh.
for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
I did, I'm sorry. Well, sorry. I mean, you died, but I did steal your revolver, so it's not all bad.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape.
Yeah, how did I get in the car? and
I've written
didn't-
myself
Ooh.
into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it.
Okay.
The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Huh. Okay, I like this stuff. It's interesting. It could be more. It could do more, but it's, you know, for what it is. I'm glad it's dealing with the topics it's dealing with. And I appreciate that it's committed to the whole meta thing. Oh shit. Oh, that thing was terrifying. Ah! Oh. Fuck. Okay. Go away.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
Ah, this game. They did it. They did a jump scare. That's the first one of the whole game. And I mean, there was kind of other ones, but not to that extent. I screamed. That was me screaming to a jump scare. Well done. I hope you enjoy. I'm getting out of this creepy fucking house right now. Let's get in the open,
I
please.
could climb out through the broken window.
Thank
the
you.
farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Luckily.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry is Barry.
Wait, if Barry dies, then that means that Alan... Wait a minute, if I'm going this way, what's that way? But if Barry dies, that means Alan's character killed him by writing the story. Everything else is happening in the story. He knows he has to kill certain people in order to escape. Yeah, I thought it was a nice... It's a good thing. Let's go back Yeah, that means that everyone that has died, Alan has essentially killed. Yeah, I thought so. Alan wrote these people into the story in order to die. These people that already existed and he met. He put them there. He decided who lived and died. That's kind of a scary thing. That's a cool concept. If you want a scary horror concept to analyze how terrible or good your protagonist is in a no-wing scenario, that's one of them. And thank God I stopped, because I love me a flashbang. Well, I'm getting out of this place now because it's creepy. Another thing that I think is interesting about Alan Wake that very few games tend to do, like, I feel Bioshock went the opposite way, you know, and the arc of a survival horror game is you become more empowered as the game goes along. The big scares come at the start. They come when you are disempowered. They come when the world, you have to be cautious about everything about the world around you, and that's how they build tension. But I mean, it's not like that rare. And this is, I'm counting it as rare as I'm saying, purely because I don't play very many horror games. But it's got creepier as it's gone on. A lot of games front load the creepiness and then put in, you know, super empowered gameplay at the end, and it's going in that direction. Like, the stuff that's occurring is definitely more intense combat-wise than it was before. But you know, the game has got creepier. It has increased with slowly over the course of the game. Like, it wasn't a very tense game at the start, but it has had moments of tension later on, which I'm quite impressed with. Like, in a long-term pacing way. That's an impressive thing. I can't believe. Wow, I died. But yeah, in a structuring pace over a whole game, that's pretty cool.
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car.
No, I don't even have the flashbangs. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Alan Wake, the Let's Play. Goodbye, everyone. Pa, pa, pa.